Hello, everybody. It's Lynn, the leather bag lady. How are you all doing today? Hopefully, you're braving this wet weather that we're having. Holy moly, it's pretty brutal out there, but it could be worse. Could be snow. So, the leather bag lady weather report has come and gone. So, now we're going to get to some bags. I have three very kind of different bags for you today. First one, little bit of a story. Leather bag lady, there's always a story. Last year, June, I had been researching putting my stuff online probably for over a year and had been following a number of US resellers. And they kept talking about the bins. And the bins are Salvation Army, or is it Goodwill? I think it's a Goodwill bins. And I think I've mentioned this on one of my videos before, but these are literally huge warehouse spaces where all the goods from the Goodwill that are not selling in the store get taken, and it's basically their last chance. And the bins are twin bed sized blue plastic on wheels bins that are probably about this deep, and they just fill them up with whatever. They'll have one for books, one for shoes, one for bags, clothing, hard goods, that kind of thing. And it's the goods are sold by the pound, not by the item. So for all you out there who are either reselling, new to reselling, or thinking about reselling, that's why our fabulous neighbors in the States can make a heck of a lot more money than we can. A, because they're getting their stuff for cents on the dollar because they have these bins in their areas. And B, because their shipping is a third of what we charge or what we are charged for shipping. Example, I mailed out 4 bags this morning, which I don't know if any of those customers or watch my videos, but thank you. I really appreciate every sale. But 4 bags, it was $65 to mail out 4 purses. So one was going to BC, one was going to Georgia. So anything in the US is immediately $20 or more. And anything pretty well from Alberta to BC, you're looking at between $18 and $20. So we have a hard time. We really do have to fight for every sale. And our Canadian dollar is really down, so I'm actually surprised I don't have more US sales. But it would mean heavier shipping fees. So anyway, I digress. Last year, I decided that I wanted to go and check out this bin situation. So I got in my little car and I drove for 5 hours to Akron, Ohio, and I spent 2 nights, 3 days thrifting, and I spent $100. Yeah, it was $100 because when I came back over the border, the young man at the kiosk, and I apologize if this is old story for some of you, but the young man at the kiosk asked me how much I'd spent, and the big blue IKEA bags. I had 5 of them, so 3 across, 2, and then my overnight bag. I have a very small car, so that filled my entire, put the back seat down, it's a little hatchback, and it filled the entire back. And he asked me how much I spent, and I said $100. And he looked at me, he said, "You were gone for 2 nights, and your car is full, and all you spent is $100. I said, "Yes, I have my receipts." He never heard of the bins before. So I explained to him what it was, and he got all excited because I guess his fiance loves thrifting, and he was going to head out to the bins. But that's what we are competing with as Canadian resellers. Now, why did I tell you this huge big story? Because my first bag came from my trip to the bins. Now, I actually didn't pick up this bag. I kind of befriended a lady and her daughter who literally go there every day. So they had put this in their buggy and then decided they didn't want it and gave it to me. So this is a fossil. This is a 90s fossil. And it's a beautiful mahogany rich colored bag with the saddle stitch, shoulder strap. There is a little bit of wear on the bottom, a little bit of patina on the bottom, but it's beautiful. It's perfect condition inside. It's kind of dull today, so I don't know that you're going to be able to see that. How can I remedy that for you? Hold on just a second. I've got an idea. I've got an idea. Okay. Might be oh, of course the batteries are done. Oh no, 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 no. Here we go. It's not. Can you, is that going to make any difference? No, the batteries are toast. Oh, well, it was a good idea. Anyway, the interior is in perfect condition. Let me tell you that. It's got a zipper compartment here and one slide pocket here. Nothing on the outside, but it's a great little, just a little shoulder bag. For those of you ladies who don't need to carry a big bag, it's beautiful. The leather is gorgeous. It doesn't say Fossil anywhere outside. I think in recent years, they've gotten a little bit more competitive with their adornments, their hang tags, and even their identifiable markings on the outside. But back in, kind of 80s and 90s, leather was the only prestige element of your purse that really, was of any interest. But now with such huge competition between these bag companies, there needs to be a little bit more of a identifiable element to what they are selling in the stores. But this is a great little Fossil bag. So that is bag number one. Now, bag number two is a Canadian bag. I've had a lot of these bags come across my video screen in the last month or so. This is Karnig Mann. 2017, they went out of business, based in Kitchener, Ontario. Craftsmanship. Kitchener is has a large Mennonite population, so a lot of handmade wood, a lot of just bespoke handmade items. So this company, nothing crazy decorative, albeit very utilitarian, very daily driver kind of thing. This is a chocolate brown bag with that 60s, albeit though I think it's more 70s, velvet interior. Let's see if I can pull the, yeah, there's the Karnig Mann. Does it say Kitchener? No, just made in Canada. But they were based out of Kitchener. Now, it is a bit of a different shape. So it has a bigger base. And, just just a crazy little detail. Just that little bit at the apex there is just that little bit higher up. Nice gold tone hardware, which you could actually take off if you wanted. It is removable. It's a shoulder strap. I'm having a hard time talking today. Easily shoulder strap, crossbody, absolutely high sitting crossbody. Nothing, nothing crazy. Very, very simple, but beautifully made. Leather is nice. I don't think this has ever been used. The opening is a little smaller than the base, but beautiful bag nonetheless. So that is bag number two. Now, bag number three is just the cutest little thing. I put this on in my Etsy store just last week, I think. It is so cute. It's kind of an acid yellow color. Just a beautiful little hard-sided. It's got some brass feet on it. This lovely little bow. Last year, the bow was a big trend. I'm not sure if it is this year. But it's got this terracotta interior. There is a zipper and a little side pocket here. It is in absolute pristine condition. I mean, when you think about, I don't use bags long enough for them to really get damaged. But the bags, I had two tote bags that I used probably for 6 or 7 months. And those bags were trashed by the end of that time. I mean, am I hard on my stuff? Not really, but I'm in and out of the car a lot. I jam a lot of stuff, especially when I did my pop-up shops. I needed a big tote because 9 times out of 10, I'd forget my point of sale machine. I'd forget, I'd grab a few wallets from my stock as I was walking out the door and I would just throw them in. So when I think about this bag from the 60s, I was born in 68, so I'm 52. That's 52 years old that this bag could potentially be. And look at it. It's absolutely gorgeous. The strap is perfect. There's no damage. I think sometimes I know I do as a reseller. Did I start out selling vintage bags? No, I didn't. The progression for me selling vintage bags was basically that I couldn't find the brand name stuff anymore. There was too many people doing it and it got too expensive. So I gradually started picking up stuff that I could afford, and it was essentially vintage. And now the vintage trumps the new stuff all day long. The style element, and a lot of our fashion items are cyclical. I'm sure you appreciate that. So something will change. And we've talked about that with the Liz Claiborne / Kate Spade. So that's kind of a perfect example of how Liz Claiborne back in the 70s, 80s was your go-to bag. And now Kate Spade has been bought out by the parent company of Liz Claiborne, and those Liz Claiborne shapes are very much present in the Kate Spade. Maybe not so much right now, but 5 or 6 years ago, for sure, you had all the color block, little slimline side bags, very hard shell. And if you've been watching my videos, you can see the collection of Liz Claiborne's that I have, and they're just beautiful. So when you think about pricing and you think about how much something like this is going to cost you, I don't consider my bags to be very expensive at all for what it is. Most of these are one-off bags that you're not going to be able to find anywhere else. And that's important to me. I like to be a little bit different. I don't like to have something, Costco shopping is not for me. I don't want to walk down the street in the same pair of jeans that, everybody else has on because everybody shops at Costco. And I like the design element. I like to be a little bit different. I like uniqueness. And, when you're thinking about purchasing, that all has to come into play. All of my bags are handpicked. I curate them all. They're little pieces of fashion history. And as you know, if you, again, follow me, I do tell the story if there's a story to tell. Anyway, so that's bag number 3. Hope you all had a great weekend. It's Monday today. We had a brief visit with Jules and Brad, our trailer park family neighbors, and we went and saw Christina as well. She's moved into a new place. These are all people who are very much in our social bubble, so don't hate because I'm keeping up with my circle. The fact that I do keep up with them is because I don't want them to fall out of my circle so that we can continue to see each other periodically. Anyway, so shout out to those folks, and hopefully you're going to have a great rest of the day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.